And
Welcome
these
to
damn
this week's
Charger fans.
episode. Hey, Charger fans are here. Welcome to this episode of the Ballinesian podcast here on the Polytickin network. Thank you very much for tuning in this week. Samoans talking sports. We got possible hold-ins happening. We got literal hold-ins happening at Bucs camp with Vita Vea. We're going to talk about when a star athlete at your favorite college team goes to your pro team and the NBA draft. But we're going to open with some drama back home about a little pageant that may or
We
may
are?
not have
We are? Okay.
broken down the social norms. No. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, we're here on the Polytickin network. Make sure you're tuned in and subscribed, whether that be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Thank you very much for listening and putting us on while you're driving into work or getting your fouls done. If you're watching this, thank you very much. Hi, Mom. On YouTube, make sure you're following the Polytickin network. And there you'll get all of the videos from the pods from both the Ballinesian podcast and the Polytickin podcast. Shout out to Sefa M. Ohilo Marcus. And definitely subscribe to the Patreon. $5 a month gets you an exclusive episode every week. That's just for the Patreon. So that is also very helpful. You can also suggest topics to talk about there on the Patreon and the community chat. So shout out to the patrons. And thank you very much for tuning in and supporting. We are
America.
America 250. Man, this president got America 250. He got the World Cup. There's like other amazing things that are happening. Lucky.
Mm.
Have you seen any World Cup goodness? I mean, I'm sorry, it's starting to get to like the games, but before when
Hey,
everyone was in it, it was like happy stories about people and fans and
all I know is suck it, Australia. America beats you.
I was at work the other day and the guy was like, "Hey man, Lance, you watch World Cup?" And I was like, "I am not a soccer follower. I'm sorry." He's like, "Oh, well, we're going up against Paraguay, so we're probably going to get beat. But if we win the other two games, we can advance and be the second team out of our." America won 4-1 against
Yeah,
Paraguay.
I don't think he watches soccer very much because
Not
Paraguay's not
hey,
that good.
I think he's also like a Portland soccer fan, like a Timber and a Thorns soccer fan. I see him with the
Uh,
gear heading to the games and stuff.
so you're
So
saying he's a casual?
no. Well,
I'm
I'm not
joking.
saying he's a
I'm
casual.
joking.
It's
I'm
definitely
joking.
possible, but
I'm joking.
uh, yeah, no. He asked me about the World Cup. He's talking about it. Very excited about it. Talking about England, France, Argentina. You know, all these other teams that are up there and winning
Favorites.
it. But it was the stories of the people coming from and experiencing the people coming from out of the country and experiencing American culture. Freaking the countryside, like all these huge cities that these games are being played in all across America and even parts of Mexico and Canada. So this is another one of those examples of how sports can be a great unifier, how it can bring people together from different, communities and stuff like that. And really something that everyone can be proud of, and also awesome competition, like Olympic level competition, world competition, that and fighting and playing for your country. That is, yeah, you can really get the best out of people, the best matchups, the best history, freaking Miracle on Ice, stuff like that, like just like overcoming all the odds. So shout out to the World Cup that's still going on. USA, let's go America. um
Boy.
and whoever plays on that team, thank you guys for representing. I don't know.
Now, I think the
um
best story so far that I've seen is the tourist from
Tourist.
Germany that is taking in the games in Atlanta, and he's documenting his journey. And so it's cool to see because he's just like, obviously he hasn't like lived here, but like from what he's gotten, thankfully, he's just loved America. Like, I think right now if he could, he'd probably move here permanently. But like, he had a story and he was like, what did he say?
Mm.
He said something about like, oh, God's country or something like that. And he was walking in a Taco Bell. So he,
Hey.
you know what I mean? So he was walking in the Taco Bell. So things like that. He got to go to NASA. So he was just just like even the little things like walking around, meeting people, the food he's eating out here. He's just like it's the best representation of America that he's been given. So, really cool story. I think that story's gone viral. Um,
Hmm.
and then you have some of the crazier stories like Iran wasn't allowed to enter the country till like the day of their game or the day before their game.
Yeah, because we were bombing them and we thought, what if they were mad at us?
Right. Well, can't be mad at us now because you know why? We're just giving them billions of dollars.
I don't mean, oh, yeah, I don't want to get political so early in the podcast. We usually
No,
save that for the back end.
that's
But
the only thing we're gonna talk political. Shut up.
Iran is like, oh, we're worried that the people we're bombing are going to be mad at us. I noticed that over my life, at least the last 30 years, there have been a lot of made up conflicts or like sold to the American people, the public,
Yeah,
as like,
yeah,
we have to go be the world's cops, take care of these bad guys. And it's like 5 years after the war is over, you're like, actually, there were no bad guys. I'm like,
right.
what?
Like what?
It's
What do you
like, yeah,
mean?
those. So, I mean, and especially in this time of internet, social media, email, like this very quick exchange of information, uh, BS can go viral. Like fake stuff can swing political influence and opinions and votes. Uh, and I realized this week that sure I watched some like legacy news stations, CNN, Fox, MS now. Um Started mixing in some of that Bloomberg, those like early European Asian market calls. I just want all the information. But I'm realizing that I get a lot of my news from social media. Like I'm scrolling and a piece about corruption will pop up, or a piece about sports, or a piece about Brandon Sorsby not getting a supplemental draft. The NFL has decided, no, we're not going to do that. I
And
get my
he,
news from Adam Schefter. I get my news from Instagram. I get my news from TikTok. And I am really like,
hey,
I'm
turn your
really, wait, it's possible
wait,
for me to be swayed by viral social media content.
turn your mic off. You just said you just get your news from Adam Schefter. Turn your mic off. Shut this thing down.
No, no,
I'm
no,
done.
no, no. What an awesome insider that puts out lots of information. Uh, I don't, yeah, there's no Adam Schefter slander. That's a very good reporter.
Hell no.
Uh, I don't, what do you mean?
That fool just puts out sometimes he reaches because it's something general and he's like, well, this might happen. No crap, it might happen. It's like I could walk outside and a car could hit me. That might happen. Adam Schefter, he's a bottom
Yeah,
feeder.
I mean, but like 99% of his stuff is like, this guy got a new contract. Here are the details. This guy's about to get traded. Here are the details. That's
No,
journalism. That's what
no.
we want. We want freaking
That's paying.
facts.
That's paying for the stuff that comes out before anybody else gets it. Bottom feeder.
I don't think he's paying. Well, he does. Yeah. Any sort of like reporter or like
He's
is an
getting
influencer and can uh twist things to make different things happen. I get that, but definitely the number one name in NFL news. Uh, Before we get to some updates in the NFL news, I don't know that was going on. We had the Miss American Samoa pageant that ended in some controversy. Uh, it seems like there's always controversial stuff happening in American Samoa, and I feel like it's not some shadowy, like evil thing that's happening, but it is so recurring that it feels like there's a thread or a reason, something, right? That we can't get over, like questions of corruption, questions of nepotism, questions of whether, influence is happening behind the scenes. If you haven't heard by now, there was a contestant in Miss American Samoa who won a lot of categories and people thought was going to win the overall. And when they didn't, the backlash, not only on social media, but in the building at the time, and definitely over the last couple of days, has people asking for the score sheets, which I'm a big fan of. Transparency, dog. You got score
hey,
sheets, put them out there.
people were
Uh,
posting them though.
so I saw one score sheet that a math teacher kind of looked at, broke down, and said there was inaccuracies all over. And then I saw other people say that that was a sample, score sheet that wasn't actually one of the five judges from that night. So I'm like, bro, what that is a little shady. Come on, just put him out. And I agree with the people saying, well, let's see the scorecards. But now, days and days, me and Steph talked about this on, the Patreon. We're getting further and further out. There's less credibility if you do a release now because it's like there's time to doctor that stuff. So,
For sure. Yeah.
is there any way to like bring these things above board? Well, I mean, and they might be totally above board right now, right? They might like, hey, these are the rules that we're sticking to the rules. We'll let you guys know ahead of time, and this is the outcome. But it just seems like everyone's like, there's some cover up or something shady. How do you, having experienced this like alleged shadiness in anything,
Yeah.
over the years in American Samoa, what would you say is a way to fix or like possibly bring it above board so people aren't having all these questions, concerns, and not trusting in these systems, not only in the pageant but government and stuff? What would you do?
Look, as you tell me that, not a lot of people know this, but I am a former pageant runner. I was in a pageant and I lost, and there was controversy because I should have won. Just
Yeah.
kidding. I lost fair and square. Uh,
What was the pageant?
Mr. ASCC. Uh,
Oh, I
but
forgot they were Mr.
but
Vengeance.
not that I wasn't putting effort into it, but I was a uh I was a mandatory contestant because I was the president of the Seas Club, which is like the environmental club. Yes, folks, I was part of the environmental club because
Seeds?
yep, Seas Club.
Is that an acronym?
It is, but I can't tell you what it stands for anymore.
Samoan Economic Ergonomic
It's actually
Department.
it's a national committee. I still get emails from them
Oh
that
my
I don't even look at.
god.
But I was the president of the Seas Club, which was created by a great professor at the American Samoa Community College, Miss Carolyn Braun, who was the head of the Marine Science Department. I've mentioned her a couple times before on the show. Great woman, great professor. But we put that together to raise money. We had some trips coming up, and we didn't really have that much like grant money coming into the program to take these educational trips that we took. And anyway, um, tough question, man, to handle because like you're told at the beginning of this stuff, you're handed out all the rules, the regulations in the beginning. So whether there's cheating going on or any foul play with the people who are holding or um, conducting the pageant, the pageant heads, um, the rules should have been explained to you at the beginning. So if they were unclear at the beginning, or maybe then there might be some cheating if the what they said in the beginning isn't what happened. But if like the scoring should have been, that's what I'm talking about. Scoring should have been explained to them in the beginning. So a lot of the explanations from people who are part of Mossy was like, well, you guys don't know how the scoring was done. Yeah, just because she won like the or not mandatory, but the um majority of the
Hmm.
categories doesn't mean she's gonna win. Which the rebuttal was she didn't just win the majority of them, she won like the important categories, which would have given you like bigger points, I guess.
Right. Because it's weighted. They said they have weighted scores, so they
Yeah,
multiply
yeah,
the scores by a certain percentage or
yeah.
decimal point. So I that makes me assume that different categories are
Are
weighted more, right? So
yeah,
like your
exactly.
SIVA, your interview are probably
The
like big
question,
ones.
yep, your interview.
Hmm.
I I imagine talent might be somewhere around there, but also like I don't know because I guess depending on what your talent is. No, I don't think that should be a bigger score. The Siva Samoa because that's you're representing American Samoa. So if you go into another international competition, you're gonna have to do that. So I think that should be a big one. I know the question in every pageant, the interview part, is gonna be pretty big. So I think those two. I'm sure there's more. But again, tough to say what you would do. Yeah, because all of that should have been laid out during the prep for the like you put in your applications for the pageant. all the girls put in their applications. When they're finally all accepted, they have a like a get together to also all the girls can meet, and then they're like all the rules are broken down, the regulations, what they need to get done before the pageant, like in prep for the pageant. Um, and if those things aren't made clear at that time, it's the pageant coordinator's fault.
Mm.
Like, um, the only fair thing to do is have that pageant again and have it a public vote. That would,
Bro, I just pull up the score sheets
yeah, of course.
and give them to
But
Taladay or give them to Samoa News or something.
but like you and Seth said, with every passing day, they become more invalid because
Yeah, because it's time to go change it.
it's just you're giving more time to go change things, doctor the papers or yeah, a lot of things can be done to do that. So I mean, tough, man.
Do you have any yeah, do you have any suggestions for how to fix it? Like if you had to run the Miss American Samoa pageant next year at Lee Auditorium, follow me. What is
Yep.
are there any changes, or are you just running it straight up the same way? You're doing categories, you're making people pay
No,
$1,000 a
definitely.
table. What's
Oh, I don't know if I'm doing that because I want people to come into like, but the venue is
They said it was
small.
packed.
It's always packed.
Yeah,
It doesn't. People are gonna pay. If you think about it, you just grab like six of your friends. Like you broke it down. Was it $140 per person at the table? Um,
170. Yeah,
the food better be worth it because of course you're there to watch the pageant, but it's the extra stuff that come with that $140 that makes you okay with paying $140 at the front table. If I was to change anything, if something like this happens, like you get the first runner up, second runner up, don't announce the winner yet, but like, against the top two. Um,
bruh.
when you get to find out who the top two is, the final competition should be a UFC style fight. And
Oh, game of 21
hey, or
on the
actually,
stage.
hey, he said no blood. Hey,
this
look,
from this from the Talenay article. Quote, for a good 40 minutes, the contestants stood on stage waiting for the scrutineers to finish tallying up the points and handing the results to the MCs. You waited 45 minutes on stage for them to add? That is crazy. It continues here. Many are questioning how the contestant who won the most categories did not win the pageant, and the debate has spilled over to social media. Mossy has yet to issue any comment on the controversy. Mossy, Miss American Samoa Incorporated, yet to issue any comment on the controversy. Maybe they like it. Maybe they like the whole thing. You mentioned that there were not only people saying it was a very strange for the person who didn't win the categories to not win the whole thing,
here,
but that there were also comments on social media attacking the girl who ended up being crowned as Miss American Samoa. What was
right.
that?
Just from the comments, I don't know any of the contestants personally.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, me and you haven't been home for a very, very good amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But by all accounts, they were saying that attacking uh, her outside looks. I don't know where my vocabulary is going right now.
Her appearance?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, attacking her appearance, saying that like, of
Oh
course,
no.
yeah, she didn't win all the categories, but she's not even that pretty. She's not as pretty as the girl that didn't. I'm like, bro, just stop, stop.
Oh, and definitely we shouldn't be attacking the person. Like you
It
said this
shouldn't.
earlier.
Yeah, it wasn't her. She didn't do the tallying of scores. You
She
know,
didn't judge herself. She didn't give herself the points or anything. She just did her best.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's fully on the shoulders of Mussy. If you're back there for 40 minutes trying to tally, I get it. It takes a long time to count, but also it's really adding the points. All of that stuff should be done. There's a time, usually point tallying. That's why they have the the current at the time Miss American Samoa
Yeah. The
before she,
outgoing.
yeah. Where's my vocabulary? I feel so stupid. Anyway, edible. um, as she's giving her outgoing speech, that's when everybody's tallying. That's why they have that portion of the what is over here laughing. Um, that's why they have that portion of the pageant. when she starts giving her outgoing speech, the judges at that moment should be tallying the points. It gives you time to do that. But
Exactly.
yeah, maybe the food was so good that
They forgot to tally, and they were like, "Oh shit! Oh,
right.
I'm like, man."
Uh, just a poorly run pageant, poorly run show. If the entertainment was good and the food was good and everything else was good, fine. But the pageant was basically about judging
Well,
women.
and that's a big thing because I'm sure a lot of work goes into a lot of different phases of the
Exactly.
biggest pageant on island
Yep.
every year. And any of the great work that all these people did, all the hands that made the stage, all the dressing up, all the people that worked with the girls that were on their teams to get everything set up, all of that is kind of dismissed. And we're all focused on this now growing viral controversy.
Yeah.
And we're talking about that instead of like what I don't know any of their talents. I don't know what they did. I don't know what the Pulisasis look like. All I know is that there's drama, of course.
Right.
So that's a bummer. We definitely don't want that. We want to be supporting the people that are brave enough to go up there and even compete, even get a
Yep.
sponsorship. That's hella money, hella work.
Yep.
Like, and for it
What's
to just be like not even a footnote in this now,
right. There was another
drama.
comment that I
So
saw too. Somebody posted like they were attacking the winner, of course, but there was one part of their comment was like, yeah, Faletua, was it Faletua Pulatasi had wearing ass. I was like,
oh,
what did you want her to wear up there?
a bikini Pilatasi?
That's it's I was like,
He said, I'm going to volunteer.
no. I actually probably what Miss American Samoa should be wearing on stage. But uh yeah, shout out to everybody who had a hand in helping put the pageant together, as far as like you said, the setup of the pageant, all the physical work that went into it, the dancers that probably performed, people that were acting as runners there, all the workers on behind the scenes. Shout out to you guys. I've had to work that job before. It's not an easy job. The whole night is busy. When you first agree to it and volunteer, you're like, oh, I get to watch the pageant for free. No fool. No fool. You don't get to watch nothing because you're running around the pageant doing stuff. Um, I was fortunate enough that my mom and my mom's sister were a part of Mossy back in the day. Still controversy back then, but not like this. Um, I think I think it was ran a lot better, not because my mom and my aunt was there, but the committee as a whole.
It's like, I thought it was better.
I mean, um, but the committee as a whole at the time was a good group of people, and they ran pretty good pageants. I know people, well, that was back then. It's old. It was probably boring. Okay, but you didn't have people attacking other people after the pageant, right?
Right,
So
right.
yeah, so I think I saw Daisha post. I think her suggestion is cool. I think the people of
What
American
was it?
Samoa should maybe hang tight on any pageants for a few years. Maybe we chill out on some pageants, maybe.
Who are we going to send to Miss Pacific Islands?
Hey, you pick somebody. Just
We
let
just don't represent. It's
right.
just like, hey, we need to work on ourselves.
Yes, definitely, definitely. You should take some maybe
uh,
charm classes they have or etiquette classes.
what?
Yeah.
We have
Um,
great etiquette. We're fine.
no, we do not. We do not.
Well, all right. To end this on like a happier note, who is your favorite ever Miss American Samoa?
Oh, no doubt. There's been a lot of great ones, but Charity, who's married to Rana at the
Oh,
moment,
nice.
and uh Charity and gosh, now I have to look up. Hold on.
What year was it?
Huh?
What year was it?
Uh, so I also had the privilege of being the driver because my mom was the chaperone to a lot of the a few girls.
Mm.
Uh, and
Smooth driving the girls. Hey, what's
Not
up?
the no. I would never. My mom would kill me. Um, Gosh, what am I looking at?
Looking for like a name. You gotta.
I am.
How old were you?
Gosh.
Trying
Oh,
to-
I was in college. Uh, Charity and Shanette. Shanette was those are my two favorites. Shanette Tebow.
Jeanette.
Yep. Gosh, super super nice girls, super super cool. Um, and I thought the reign that they had while they were Miss American Samoa, they did really well representing American Samoa everywhere they went. Yeah, and they're just who they were as outside of the pageant is exactly who they were as Miss American Samoa. So that's how
Nice.
I figured like they're just really, really, really great girls, or women now. Shout out to Charity and to Long on the kids out there. Where do they live? Somewhere in the Midwest, if I'm correct.
You don't have to tell people where they live.
Shout out, I mean, like in the area. Um, and to Shawnette, who's still back home with her husband and her family. So,
What year was Jeanette?
man,
Around roughly 2000s, late
something
90s,
2000s,
2010.
like the mid 2000s, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
That's about the same area I'm thinking. I'm trying to pull up a list of Miss American Samoa. There's not a lot of provided results. It says 1987, Ursula Elizabeth Curry was the first American Samoa, Miss American Samoa, and also
Mm.
competed in Miss South Pacific. 1996, Verona, first Miss American Samoa to win Miss South Pacific. I gotta go Lupe Almavae. Like, I mean, first
Oh
of all,
gosh, I
Leone,
can. Loop is hella cool. Loop is
hella cool, right?
hella
Yeah,
cool.
awesome, awesome, awesome.
Loop is hella cool.
And I think that's when I first got back to American Samoa after like moving after getting kicked out of California. So this is when this is right when I'm back in American Samoa, resetting, remembering everything. But definitely her winning, and that I got a disclaimer, right? Family, okay, village relative, like,
No, for
uh,
sure. But Loop, yeah, Loop is
but
family. And even if she's not your family, she makes you feel like your family. That's how cool Loop is. Loop
that
is hella
yeah,
cool.
that's yeah, just an awesome personality and
Yeah.
like makes everybody feel seen and stuff like that.
Yep.
That was awesome. And then also just like set the bar really high for Miss American Samoa.
For sure.
And also going out into the South Pacific. I thought she was a great flag bearer and representation for our island. Yeah, so that would be my favorite. If you're listening to this and you're watching on YouTube, definitely comment any of the Miss American Samoas you think should be mentioned or want to remember. That would be dope. We can have a conversation in the comments. Or yeah, write in. Let us know. Uh, yeah, I hope that gets taken care of. I know how much work can go into that. Like,
Yeah. For
not
both
only
for
freaking
all the
getting the
girls.
sponsorship, which is
Yeah.
super expensive, but then having your team, having to study all those categories, having to like worry about like being on stage and all that stuff. All of that, lots of
Just
work, lots of practice, lots of studying, lots of money, lots of time.
I mean, just
Man,
not the, really. I guess the courage to turn in your
yeah,
application to
yeah.
run and be part of that is a big thing. So, of course, shout out to all the girls that won, but uh, thoughts and prayers to both girls who are involved in the controversy. Hopefully, it can
Mhm.
be resolved in a better way than uh, random people online commenting about it from both sides. So,
Yeah, I think they're just gotta wait for it to blow over and hope people don't ask for those score sheets.
for sure.
Release the files.
You're not,
I'm not
you're
talking about Miss American Samoa there. All right, let's get into Tongans. No,
Oh, you gonna have us. We're gonna be in mid Portland. We're gonna get shot by the TCG out
shout
there
out,
in
no,
Portland.
what? Shout out to
This
the
guy,
Tokos. Uh,
George. It wasn't me, George. I
Tahines,
promise, man.
Tokos,
George, not me,
yeah,
bro.
Toko Uso all the time. Vita Vea, however, is not about this
No,
Buck situation.
not at all. He's trying to
The
get paid, man.
longtime nose tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is in the last year of his contract that he signed, I believe 2021, 2020 sort of area. So it is now time for a new contract. The Bucs definitely know how important Vita Vea is to pushing the pocket and how integral he is to Coach Todd Bowles' defense. So Booger McFarland, former Monday Night Football
Former Bucks
commentator,
defensive tackle.
he doesn't think this is going to be an issue. And thank you for pointing out that he's a former Buck, because that might play a little into it. He was saying, he's not really worried. This is just Vita Vea not practicing, even though he is still at camp. He's just not practicing.
Hmm.
Say you got an injury or something, so they're holding them back. But this is really just him making sure, like taking the precautions to not get hurt while
Hey,
having while having these
yeah.
contract negotiations. And once the contract is set, he'll be right back in, no problem.
Let me tell you, anytime somebody says something like that, I always worry. You know what happened the last time? The fan, I'm a fan of the Raiders. Someone told me one day I was listening to a broadcast and they were like, "Yeah, John Gruden's coming in. He's going to shake things up. Khalil Mack's not signed, so like." And then the commentator's like, "Oh, I'm not too worried because Khalil Mack is a cornerstone of that defense. He's
No
young."
way a new coach is gonna ship.
And you know what I woke up to, bro? It's like,
Khalil Mack said he didn't want to play in my defense, so I went ahead and sent him to Chicago. How you
my
like them
gosh,
apples, bud?
man, it was probably the worst sports news for a long time that I heard. Like literally on a Saturday morning, I was waking up and I was like, "Oh man, it's cool. John Gruden got, he's back with the Raiders. It's gonna be a whole new era of football for us." And
Silver and black attack is back.
then you wake up and,
I
but
did not think I did not think it could get any better than sending Khalil Mack away from the AFC West into Chicago, because he would
man,
wreck the Chargers.
bro, that's what
I
I'm
didn't think it could
saying.
get any better, but then he's now plays for the Chargers and he's still going. It's 2026. This guy
Yeah.
is like
He's
still
like
in
a
there.
shadow of himself, so not too.
Wow, 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 wow. Don't do that.
He's
Don't
like a
do that
shadow
to
of
K-Mac.
himself, so. But with Booger McFarland saying that, I mean, I think there's a little bit of like validity to him talking about it because I'm pretty sure he's pretty deep still with the Bucks organization, being that he was Vita Vea before Vita Vea was because he was their stout defensive tackle at one time. Um,
Space Eater. I love
and
it.
the only thing I worry about is I don't know if the Bucks want to pay I guess he would be up for a max
It
contract, wouldn't he be?
Well, I don't think, yeah, right. Like you said, they're not going to give him a 4 year
Right, right,
extension.
right,
So I
right,
think
right.
it's the number of the years. It's either like
I
three
think
or two,
maybe,
2 or
and
3 years. If they can figure out the money on that to make
yeah,
him accept a shorter deal, then I'm sure it'll
yeah.
work out. But
Just
get
because
that
he's
money.
older in the league, and the trend in the league now is to try to find younger guys to come in that you can
Mm,
pay a lot less. And if you have to pay multiple people to fill the void that Vita Vea does at just one, I think they're more willing to do that instead of trying to give Vita Vea like that one big, a big like um wheelbarrow of money for him to stay. They would go cheaper and pick up like three other dudes who you don't
yeah,
have to pay
yeah,
as
yeah.
much.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, money
Yeah.
ball it. Yeah.
Yeah. So which I don't think is right. Like Moneyball works in some things, but at the height of where Vita Vea is at his game, I mean, yeah, he's not Aaron Donald, totally different defensive tackle, but what he does best in the league. He holds the line. Like you said, he breaks the pocket down from the inside, so that way
Hmm.
everybody else has to, from the inside has to help, or outside has to help on the inside, freeing up the
Hmm.
defensive ends. So, yeah, I would definitely say he's at least top three defensive tackles in the league. So, I think the Bucks would be smart to pay him at least for the next 3 years. But we'll see. Like you said, I think it does matter on the number of years that he's looking for to stay with them and how much money they can move around and still have money to function as a team. So
Get this full name: Tevita Tuliai Kiono Tuipulotu Mosese Vahai Fehoko Faletau Vita Vea.
yeah, that fool has all the stereotypical
You
Togo
got
names.
every Tongan name there.
You got the
Speaking of
Vita.
okay, and I hope they figure it out. I know he's older, um, drafted in 2018, so that makes him like. I mean, that's he could be third, fourth contract. He still got playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year in 2017, and definitely over the last 8 years, showing the proof of power, proof of concept in his
yeah.
play. Definitely deserving, definitely respected, and I agree with Booger and like I heard about this and I wasn't really worried. I was excited that there's a possibility the Chargers could land Vita Vea. I mean, they're not really, going to be trading crazy like
No,
that, but
same with the Raiders.
any
Yeah.
sort of any sort of improvement for the defensive line, especially in the Chargers case, in the interior, would be a huge help. The Chargers have edge rushers, but a huge problem is the middle of that defensive line. Would you take Vita Vea traded to the Raiders?
No, because I think it's gonna be a haul that the Raiders shouldn't be willing to give up. Um, I'm pretty it won't take first round picks, but I think it'll be a player and some picks. And I think right now they for the future, I think they're good. I don't think they if they do end up trading for him, if there's some way they do, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, damn it, we traded for Vita Vea. You know what I mean? If we get him, I'm just gonna be like, well, hey, we gave all that stuff up. At least we got Vita Vea. But I don't think if they were gonna force a trade or if they're like, I don't think they should be pursuing one. That's what I'm saying. If it does come their way, fine. But I don't think they should be actively out there like, hey, this is what we can give you guys. You know, we give you our I don't know what would they ask for though. I don't know what they would ask for. But I think right now, I think the projection the Raiders are at right now where they're going. I think they're good. And that's not saying that they're like they're filled at all these positions. They don't need it. I just think that with the guys that they have there, where they're at now, I think it works for them. And I think just give Clint Kubiak some time to work with what he has now before you start trying to bring everybody who plays football to play for your team. You know what I mean? So yeah.
There is, according to Heavy.com, a rumor that the New England Patriots could try to trade for him. So,
Bro, they have
uh,
been rumored to be traded for, and
true.
then
They
for
finally
me,
landed AJ Brown.
they did, and I think like for me, I think the people that they trade for, I think in my head, a lot of them still look like a Bill Belichick team that they're trying to build, because they're older guys who have been really good players, still solid in the league, but like no real controversy to them, like they're just gonna come in and do the work. Now, AJ Brown, of course, little controversy there, but he's one of those guys that he's gonna come and do the work. He hasn't been a star the last couple of seasons, but New England always has a way of picking up guys like that that have been stars somewhere else and came in
Mm-hmm.
just yeah, did something different. So if I was Seattle, I'd be trying to bring him home. He played ball in at
Washington.
UW. He was a
Yeah,
dog. So I mean,
that'd be dope.
I feel like the Seahawks would be a team that would be in the running if of course, I don't
Uh,
know Vita Vea personally, folks. Just in case you guys think, oh, did he say he wanted to
they
come
all know each
back?
other.
Right. Oh.
Oh, he
So,
saw him at church.
yeah,
uh, yeah.
we were at
Vea
the convenience
has
store getting food.
Vita Vea has showed up to Buccaneers mandatory minicamp and done nothing. He's holding in to get that contract. He is in the final year of a 4-year, $73 million extension he signed in January 2022. He's carrying a cap of 22.2 million, has no remaining guaranteed money. And after turning 31 in February, a lot of people, including his coach, are kind of saying, well, this is his last, his last bite at the apple, so to speak, and last chance for him to get a big contract. This is going to be the last big contract for his career, possibly. So knowing that, they're trying to take care of him, but also they got to make the math work because the Buccaneers they also have another guy in a contract year, and that is freaking Baker Mayfield, and the quarterback is going to get attended to. But if the money doesn't work there, we could see Vita Vea possibly playing away from Florida, and I wouldn't mind that at all. Bring him home,
I
bring him
could be
back to the
biased,
pack.
but I feel like I
All right,
put
another
Vita
Tongan.
Vea's value over Baker.
Whoa,
Yeah.
even like you're factoring in the quarterback position importance
That
or
would be
whatever positional value.
that would be the only reason I think that they put him ahead of Vita Vea in that category, or is because of that category. But I think talent wise and what he's done for the team, what he can do for the team, I think Vita Vea should be more importantly dealt with than Baker. I think Baker's replaceable.
I always think quarterbacks are always going to get, the
Well, of
freaking
course, yeah,
scale tilted towards them. So we'll see. We'll see. Definitely defense. Defense is where it's at. Quarterbacks, you can get you a new quarterback. You need old Baker Mayfield. Come on.
exactly.
Sign Vita Vea and start fresh at QB next year. Because Baker Mayfield said, "Hey, if we don't get this done before camp starts, I'm not coming back. I'm not doing this, and I'm hitting the market." So good, 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 good. Hopefully Vita Vea gets that payday. Another Tongan who is in the news about hold-ins is Tuli Tuipulotu. He's not holding in yet, but there's a chance that next year and towards the end of his contract, he does. You said he hasn't done anything in the league, and I can see where you get that take from. And there is also a chance that a season from hell happens this year for Tuli. Um, and the rookie, their first round rookie, Akeem Mesidor, comes in and kind of supplants him as Edge 2 by the end of the year. That would be horrible. Um,
For him,
yeah, yeah, that would be horrible. Oh, yeah, yeah, it'd be great for our team. Like, oh yeah, this younger, cheaper. um, I am very biased, and I have a lot of Thule stock. I think he's learning from Khalil Mack is one thing, and then also being opened up. They got rid of Bud Dupree, get Thule in there, let him play. 13 and a half sacks last year. Come on, Doc. Pay the man. He's got the motor, and he's got the possibility and the potential. He's not that sexy a name, second round out of USC. So what? He's got the production on the field. He's just playing across from Khalil Mack. The offenses are focusing on the other side. Double digit sacks, man. His sacks have gone up every year. So he's making improvements. Um, but the Chargers are going to have a lot of people to pay. Justin Herbert's extension is about to kick in. So money stuff next year could be an issue if the Chargers don't kind of preemptively sign Tuipulotu to an extension. I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping he stays there. I'm hoping him and Akeem Mesidor wreck it up for the next 6 years together. Um, but there is that problem when you don't have like top tier name recognition and
yeah.
shine, and then asking for a contract. So
But like
if
you
he
said,
balls out this year, it's
he's
a
been producing
contract
though.
extension, no problem. But if the rookie kind of supplants him and takes him over, you could see the Chargers, release eventually if things don't work out. So I'm hoping that does not happen. And Tuipulotu stays a Charger for life, unlike another Buster Tongan defensive lineman who is growing his internet sensationalism. Brandon Fehoko, bruh. Sorry to
Mm.
use your name out loud like that, but
Shut your
man, come
mouth,
on,
Brandon.
dog.
Just
Is it
shut your
is
mouth.
it 4 clicks? He's hey, get money, get money. Do what you got to do. I don't
Can't be
like
mad at
it
that.
all the time, but it feels like we're entering troll territory with Braden.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but with Tuli, I think without the name recognition, I think the Chargers should be looking at the production he's been giving them. He's gotten
Oh
better
yeah,
every year that he's been there. He's also versatile because he can play inside as well. He's not that big of a guy, but they can move him inside. He plays like a hybrid D tackle nose guard, so he can do that for you. Hell, they've even stood him up to play rush end, edge rusher actually. So yeah, like you said, I'm rooting for him to get a good contract and
nice.
stay in San Diego. So hopefully it
Love
works
it.
out for him.
He doesn't live in San Diego. Do you guys have any Tongans on the Raiders?
That's right, because they play in LA. We have half Tongans because we don't need the food. Jokes,
Wow.
jokes,
Oh,
jokes,
wow.
jokes,
He
jokes.
lives in Washington.
Jokes, guys.
Hey, bro, we
Jokes,
went
guys.
in sorry, real quick. We went to Alani for a late Father's Day, spend the night, and let me
Yeah.
go hit the table real quick. And we crossed over into Washington, and the thing's like, "Welcome to Washington." And Nora's like, "That's where Uncle Forrest lives." I was like,
She
"Yeah, we're two and a
knows.
half hours away from
She
Uncle Forrest,
knows.
okay?"
She
It's like, "That's
knows.
where Uncle Forrest lives."
She knows.
uh,
No, I think
that was hilarious.
if I'm there's a couple. I don't know who I think Lucky Tussie is half Tongan. Um, I don't know if Jonah Laulu's half. But they've got a couple of half Tongans that I know of that are on the team, not full Tongan. Shoot, I would like to
Lucky,
have
this
uh
guy said you're Tongan.
I know I just if you're not, hey bro, we're all one people.
No, don't do that.
We're all one people. Come on.
Oh yeah, one people, hell yeah.
Yeah.
um, all right. Shout out to the Tongans, Vita Vea, Tuli Tuipulotu. Hope you guys get paid this year and next year.
Yeah.
Braden, we'll see.
But tell your teams in the front office, stop horsing around, give you a contract.
Hey, you're gonna have to pony up for these guys. All right, pay them. All right, tell me about the amazing ethereal sensation of a all-star from your college team going to the professional team that you love.
Hey, look,
What happened? What happened
I
last night?
the NBA draft was last night. I'm a fan of the Chicago Bulls. Now, there was a time in in the early 80s where a young man who played basketball for the University of North Carolina was drafted by the Chicago Bulls. That in itself is legend. That's where the story starts, and that's all you need to know. Because if you don't know who I'm talking about, then you must be a LeBron fan, and I feel bad. No, it's cool to see, man. Caleb Wilson, fourth pick in the draft, was a freshman. He didn't get to play in the
Fourth.
tournament. Fourth pick in the draft. The
And
Bulls,
Michael Jordan went
he went third.
third. Wow. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Um, the Bulls were able to get that fourth pick when who was it? They swapped with somebody. It was because of a trade, and the technicality in the trade allowed the Bulls to get the fourth pick and moved the Pacers to where they were later in the draft. But Chicago was thankfully the four people that were in the top of the draft, whoever got drafted one, two, three, or four, those teams were still getting like what do the kids say these days? They was getting a dog in either position from one, two, three, or four.
Oh, gotcha.
Dabonsa went first to the Wizards. So he'll be paired there with Trey Young, who just signed a new contract with the Wizards, an extension. He'll also be paired with AD. So that'll be a pretty good nucleus. Sorry, I was watching Nacho Libre last night. Um, it'll be best movie ever, guys. It'll be a really good like group there for Eddie Bonsa to play with. It's good. He's got his point guard out there in Trey Young. They've got Will Riley, Trey Johnson, the two rookies from this year. They'll still be there who play in the backcourt. So they're they're growing.
Nice.
Second pick went to Utah, who drafted probably the best guard in the draft, Darren Peterson. There was controversy with him at Kansas this year because um, there was games where he just like people thought he was gonna come out and play. He was injured, but some games it looked like he just was like, you know what? It looked like he was just there for fun, waiting to get drafted in the NBA. So some games he didn't play, and people were questioning his drive to play. Um, but there's no doubting his skill. Utah does have a few younger guys in the backcourt right now. And who do they have? They have George in the backcourt right now. They used to have Sexton, but they're another team on the rise. They traded for um JJ what is his last name? I know Lance is looking it up.
Abrams,
No, the forward from Memphis. What was his name? Gosh.
sorry. I want to know
Uh
more about Caleb
they traded
Wilson.
for him.
How's he going to change the
Wait,
Bulls?
wait. He's a fourth pick. Don't worry. But they have Walker Kessler coming back, their center who was out this season, who is probably one of the better defenders in the league in the post. They have him. They still have do they have Marketing still? Hmm.
J. Jaron Jackson?
Jaren Jackson. So they still have that's what I said, JJ. So Jaren Jackson plays there
Yeah.
with uh with Walker Kessler. So they've got a pretty good like rotation right now in Utah. And then with the third pick, um, I can't even remember who picked third. I do know they picked Carlos Boozer's son, one of the twins. And even he was talked about going first. He's a power forward. Think of maybe just a little bit flashier Tim Duncan. That's Boozer's game. Super good.
Well,
Uh, yep.
Tim Duncan is up there.
He is up
You
there,
just
of
talking about play
course.
style,
Yeah,
not like
play style. Yeah, not where he's at yet, but gets things done. Doesn't say too much about it. It's got a bunch of low post
nice.
moves, mid range game to kill with, and then Caleb Wilson. He had some injuries. He was drafted fourth by the Bulls out of North Carolina. He's about you want to say he's 6'10", anywhere from 6'9" to 6'11". Wingspan is amazing. People were questioning his shooting. And to that, he said, well, I didn't get the ball much on the perimeter because they needed me to play inside. I think he had the most dunks in the NCAA last year because he just dunked everything. If you watch his highlights, he's got,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's got handles. He defends. He was hurt a little bit part of the season, which is why he missed the tournament for them. I think it's a blessing in disguise for Chicago in more than one way that he didn't play in the tournament because had he played in the tournament, he would have been able to showcase, I think, more of his skill. And I think it would have put him in position to go ahead of where Chicago is now. Like, I think legitimate talk about being number one or number two. It also gave him time to rest. So he's not as like worn out from the season as some of these guys are coming in that had to play the tournament. He had some time to rest and heal. Jumps out the building. He's like lengthy. He's lean. He runs the floor. He can. His shooting, of course, we didn't see it much. So, yeah, of course, we're gonna have to see that get better from what it was in college. It wasn't bad, but because where the league is right now with positionless basketball, you want him to be able to hit, threes consistently. I seen his high school highlights. He could do that, but again, high school, college, NBA, three different tiers of the game. But I'm excited as a Bulls fan. Like I said, we did draft a guy from North Carolina once, and that turned out pretty
So,
well. He was
how come you
dunking on.
guys haven't been drafted from North Carolina every year, man? Come on.
Actually, we did. We had Coby White the other year.
Oh,
We drafted him, who's actually a really good player. He turned out there. They just front office just started like I guess hoarding guards. So it was tough for the rotation. They just like they still have the oofs on the roster. And they have him I
nice.
think through next year. What is his name? Crap. Uh the guard from Minnesota. What is his name?
Oh, nope.
But they have him. He went to Kentucky. Um
Oh, Rob Dillingham? I
have
think he got.
Dillingham.
I think he might
Gosh.
have got shit.
Nope, he's buried in the backcourt in Chicago.
He plays for the Bulls.
He- he- this is coming from a Lakers fan who Yeah, exactly. They just gave an undeserving player a max contract. Crazy. Guy doesn't play defense. I'll give him offense. Very, very, very good on offense, but Austin Reeves can't guard. He can't guard a tetherball
Right?
post.
You said Jalen Brown, but you'd have to trade Austin Reeves, and I was like, I don't. Hey, that I and but also I was like, oh, that kind of feels kind of Homerish. Like I'm playing up AR-15 as this Kobe score, not Kobe scorer, right? But
No, I got you. Yeah.
but like Jalen Brown has proved he could carry a team when Jason Tatum is out for a year.
That's what I'm saying.
I
And
would
that's
take Jalen Brown over Austin Reeves. I
for
just don't
sure.
want to give up our white boy because he's such a
He
gym
can
rat.
score. No, he
He's
can
got
score.
great basketball IQ. He's very gritty. You know,
Just can't play defense. That's it.
yeah, just can't play defense. Got to
Yeah.
work on that. But Dillingham is the same. Can ball out, but
He can
not
play,
great
man.
defense.
He's got an awkward game to him. Like if you ever watch him play, it looks like he's playing street ball sometimes. But he gets to the hoop, he's super fast on the court. It just hasn't translated over to the teams that he's been with. When he was with Minnesota, he just up and down the court, man, and that's what they needed, I think. But I think he might have been just a little bit out of control. His shot selection's a little spotty at times.
Uh,
Uh,
that was a bummer when he got traded away. Because
yeah,
like,
because he was doing okay, like, but I think they just needed more consistency from him as a
mm,
point guard. Um, but yeah, I'm still rooting for my guy. I was kind of happy when Chicago got him. I was hoping that he'd just be like a regular rotational player out there because he can push the ball, he can push the rock, he can score the rock for sure. He can cover from sideline to sideline when he's playing the defense. So hopefully he can just get into somewhere. I hope it's Chicago, but I hope he gets onto a team where his style of play will fit better with the guys around him. So
nice.
yeah,
Is that Chicago?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. Because like they said, they did Chicago did draft another guy in the first round. They were fortunate to have another pick late, and they drafted a center from Texas who
Nice,
looks
good.
decent as well. So they got two of their front court spots taken, and I think they're pretty. I think they're sorry. I think they're gonna try to re-sign Josh Giddey. I think that might be one of the priorities
Oh
for
yeah,
them. Josh Diddy, whatever you want to call him. Um, him. They got Bazelis, who's been amazing for them. He got better from his rookie year. This year was kind of a breakout year for him. He's just another guy who's super athletic, gets up and down the floor easy, jumps over everybody to get to the rim. Pretty cool to see. Yeah, and it's got Rob Dillingham in the backcourt. Ayo Dosunmu was not there anymore. He's gone. They let him move on. Of course, they traded away Coby White. They traded away Lonzo when they had Lonzo. He did come back healthy, but I think the Bulls kind of just were like, well, that's enough time we had with Lonzo. I would have liked Lonzo to pan out, and I love Lonzo Ball's game, so I would have really liked for him to pan out in Chicago, but that didn't happen either. So yeah, I'm super excited. I was telling one of the homies, they drafted Darren Peterson. He's a Utah fan, and I was like, I just need the season to start now, you know, uh, so we can watch just all these new players coming to the league.
we'll get
That's
used to the
exciting.
cold.
That too. So
Carolina's hot, bro. That shit is hot.
not
Then
only
you go to Chicago, Windy City,
it's not only hot, it's humid out there. Like,
bro. It's disgusting. It's
yeah.
nasty.
So,
Uh,
but that's exciting.
Congratulations to you getting a freaking certified blue chip 5-star recruit.
Look, if you guys are on the West Coast though, you guys be careful because um the the Golden State Warriors, they drafted themselves a center
Oh,
um from Michigan, Yaxiel. I'm telling you, he'll he gonna be a problem for you guys in the West, man. Big kid under the rim, runs the court too. He transferred into Michigan this year, and it wasn't all him, but he was big in why they won the NCAA championship this year. So yeah, if you're in the West, man, be prepared for that guy.
Get ready for LeBron and Steph in Oakland.
Yeah,
Oh, San Francisco.
Yaxia, yeah, oh, that'd be crazy with Yaxia Lindenberg there too. That'd be crazy if LeBron was there too. His yeah, that'd be crazy.
Ready. He's
We'll
ready.
see.
Um, Before we do shout outs, who do you think won the Giannis trade? Giannis traded to the Miami Heat for 3 first round picks, a pick swap, a second rounder, and I think two or three players.
Right away, it's gonna be Miami because they're getting a guy who can complement Bam. Those two, and I know people are gonna be like, well, none of them really like go outside and shoot. Giannis is developing his shot. Bam is super athletic. They kind of play the same style, but Giannis is better in the post. It's just as a post player. So you can't be mad. Now you have your small forward, oh, your small forward. Now you have someone at the power forward and center position, and so you're pretty much set there.
Mm.
There's not much in the backcourt I like for Miami. Davion Mitchell is serviceable. Uh, Tough because there's no way they make that trade without trading away Hero, who was a
That
big scorer for them.
Yeah. So the players involved that are leaving Miami: Tyler Herro, Khalil Ware, who was pretty useful in
Right,
fantasy 2 years ago.
but they have center now, so they kind of don't need
Oh,
there.
gotcha. I
So
thought he was
that's
like a young talent that could become like, I mean, not a Giannis
sure, but
level,
they're trying
but
to win now.
okay. So Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jamie
Jaquez,
Yarquez.
that's gonna be tough too because he's like your guy that just comes in and does all the work. He can score.
Yeah,
He plays defense. He's
nice,
that
nice.
dude that does all the work no one else wants to do at the same time, makes all the right plays. So that's tough to lose.
And Kasparas Yakuonis,
Yeah, he
also.
yeah, yep, Jaconis. He's pretty good. He's young. He's the rookie from this year, but
Wow.
this rookie class was pretty cool, man. Even the guys that you don't really hear much of, because I know at the top level you're hearing about Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Derek Queen, even the guy from Memphis, Cedric Coward. Those are big names right now. Of course, Con Knipple as well. So those are the names you're hearing a lot of, but the draft class as a whole, there's guys in Sacramento, Nick Clifford in Sacramento. I mentioned Will Riley and Trey Williams out in Washington, and then uh, Yakuhonis in Miami. Pretty good player too. So there's a lot of guys. Jeremy Fears out in New Orleans. The draft class was, oh my gosh,
Bless you.
thank you. Washington and these allergies. Um, yeah, he's gonna be pretty good because Bears. I hope so because I have a lot of his rookie cards and I need them to make money for me.
If you could do good, please, it would help me a lot. Uh, just a quick list of the 31-year-old Greek freak Nigerian born in Athens, Greece. NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, two-time NBA most
MVP.
valuable player
Yep.
2019 and 2020, 10 NBA All-Stars, also got an All-Star game MVP, 9-time All NBA, 7-time first team. He's been the Defensive Player of the Year, NBA All Defensive First Team. Um, so definitely a a player that is like a freak, right? Yeah, and has done some of the
People
biggest things
forget
you can accomplish.
he won a championship not too long ago. Did
Well,
Hey,
5 years ago, right?
that's what I'm saying. But who was, I'm not saying he did it all by himself, but he was the biggest thing on that team. He
For
had
sure,
guys.
for sure, for sure. Deladova, Portis.
Yeah, he had the
eh,
role players. He did.
what am I
He
thinking?
had the role players on the team. So but he
Drew
was
Holiday.
still
Yeah.
definitely Drew Holiday. You gotta have a guy like Drew Holiday on your team to win a championship. Um so people who are like, man, Giannis is like he's old, man. Like, no, he's not. Like he's trash now. No, he's not. I liken him to not his play style, but like kind of like uh how he's viewed in the league is like
Uh,
the way he plays is a little boring to people. He's not that very popular.
They
Like,
take two big long steps and try to
right.
dunk it.
Like
Yeah,
Tim
sure.
Duncan. The way people were like, damn, Tim, you didn't realize how great Tim Duncan was until he was gone from the game. And then you're like, damn,
Until
this
like 4,000
right.
off the window bank
Exactly.
shots later, you're
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
oh, he does that automatic on purpose. Like,
Exactly. Even the passing from him. And I think Giannis has that same kind of trajectory. Just
man.
he does the things necessary to do, but he does them at a very high level. Like no one else can do it the way he does. I think my best Tim Duncan story I've ever heard was from Kevin Garnett, the way he used to talk smack to people. Like, and Kevin Garnett's a really great smack talker. So like he'd say some really rude stuff, and then Tim Duncan would like the way he would talk smack was like he'd do a little shimmy, turn around off the board, bucket in. He goes, "Oh damn, good try. Next time you might get me." Being genuine about it. But that's and then he'd like or he'd walk back and like tap somebody's shoulders and hey, good try. You know what I mean? And that gets you more than smack talking sometimes when you're trying to smack talk somebody and that's how calm they are and they talk, but he still went to work and just killed you every game. And I think Giannis is like that. So, but yeah, for
Um,
now, Miami won the trade, but I think in the long run, Milwaukee's going to end up winning it with the pieces they can add. I think Khalil Ware is going to be
sure.
super good out there. Hero's going to be able to he gets away, he gets out of the shadow of Miami and just being hurt or not doing enough. He was projected to be, I guess, a superstar by now, like a big, big superstar in the league. But
Mhm.
injuries and just kind of haven't done it for him yet. And I think Milwaukee with the picks, I think they're gonna, I think they're gonna surprise some people. So in the long run, I think they end up winning the trade.
Um, I'm trying to look through the basketball reference stats for Giannis over the years, and really the only thing I see was last year he only played 36 games. I assume due to injury, he
Yeah,
had
yeah,
low minutes total, um, but nothing crazy. If anything, he had better efficiency numbers, like his field goals percentage career is 55%. Last year was 62. So maybe in those fewer games he was able to be more efficient, but I think the kind of the aura has worn off. And maybe this is true for everybody that doesn't win multiple championships, but we are in that era. The last 8 years for the NBA hasn't had anyone repeat a championship. Not even like back to back, but the last 8 years have been eight different teams. So maybe it's because the Milwaukee Bucks haven't been towards the top, and he has been their kind of one star. So it kind of falls on his shoulders for not lifting them up to the playoffs and
for
all that.
sure.
But if you're injured, you can't really do anything about it. So it looks like Miami is getting a better player than I thought. I think I'm part of that group that you were talking about. This guy is not necessarily done, but you think about the types of athletes that use power or strength or
Yeah,
explosiveness in their play styles. And that's the kind that once you hit that wall physically, as everyone does, they fall off a lot quicker. So I was
for sure.
assuming because I'm not hearing Giannis's name because he's not making it to the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals that he's fallen off and this is just the his body breaking down and not being as efficient. But
How dare you?
I
No, I'm
know
just
that's
kidding. I'm
casual,
kidding. I'm
casual
kidding.
NBA observer. But you break it down that even though it's been quiet, now that he's going to Miami, now he's gotten this
Definitely.
time to heal up. This could be a lot better
I think
than
all
most people think it is.
all Miami's missing. Nothing against Davion Mitchell. I think he's a great player, but I don't think him and Norman Powell kind of move the meter when you're talking about, man, this team. Like
Backcourt.
people were like, man, this moved them to like third on the list, NBA championship. What list are you looking at? That's wild to put them just because Giannis
What
got there.
Reuters said. They're like one of the favorites to win the title. I was like,
That's what
because of one player, or
you.
because Giannis and
I'm
Bam
saying.
together, or
You still have New York, who's the champions now. You still have the Spurs, who aren't really losing anybody at all either.
sure.
Are just gonna get better.
Hopefully.
OKC, they come back healthy next year,
Mhm.
there are gonna be they're gonna look a little different. They're gonna shed some, they had so many good players, and it's sad because you can't pay them all and you can't play them all. So again, they were looking to make moves in the draft. They did drop some guys that I think are gonna make some like who do they got? What's his name? Joe. What is he? A small forward? They might be looking to move him. They already traded who did they just trade? They traded someone who is also like a all their guys are rotational players. So it's kind of tough to see them move, but at the same time, they'll have the other Jalen Williams come back from injury. They still have the one that played in the playoffs, Jalen Williams. Um, the backcourt, they've got man, Mitchell in the backcourt, AJ Mitchell. Of course, they still have Shy or Shay, whatever, however you pronounce it. So,
Shay.
uh, Harrison might be coming back, but they also dropped a guy who plays center who's, could I don't know if he can replace Harrison,
Oh,
but they did drop the center. They still got
oh,
Holmgren,
Casey. Yeah,
Chet, still got Chet.
yeah.
So yeah, there's just, and then I fully look to Golden State to make some
Make
sort of
another run.
run. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make it to the championship,
They won a championship recently,
but
which is
it's gonna be
crazy.
tough. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough to beat them. The Lakers are still adding people. They're still in not rebuild mode, but I guess reload mode. So
I hate that. I hate a retool over a rebuild because, like, tear it
yeah,
down, fool. It's not going to work. Stop trying to patch it
yeah,
up and save your job, general manager.
yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
president or
Hey,
freaking
hey,
owner.
leave
Make
Rob
the call.
Pelinka alone. Leave Rob Pelinka alone.
Yeah.
That's Kobe's best friend. Kobe's
Kobe's best friend.
uh, not the teams though. Uh, yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is. That's what it is. So it'll be fun.
All right. Shout out to Caleb Wilson. Shout out to Rob Dillingham. Let's go, Bulls.
Hell yeah.
Let's go North Carolina to Chicago Pipeline. Um,
The second coming.
Shout out to Giannis. Who are the Miami fans? Any Heat fans? Eddie. Eddie is a Heat fan, been since D Wade. Uso Cam, Marty McFlyer than you.
Oh,
Big Heat fan. Big Heat fan.
his post. Yeah, I seen his post come through.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching all his posts, so that's fun to see.
Uh, yeah, shout out to the Heat fans who got a superstar. Shout out to any Bucks fans. I know a Bucks fan, Bronson Carvalho, who I think lives in Kauai. If you're listening to this, I'm sure he would love to come on and talk about how they won this trade by a landslide. Tyler Herro, Khalil Ware, all these other guys, these
Yeah,
picks. But I think we won't know who wins this uh, for the next 4 years. If the Heat win a title, validated immediately,
for
right?
sure. For sure.
Everything. If they don't, there's going to be questions. But then you're also going to be able to say, Pat Riley took a swing again, as he does. All right. Before we go, can I get your best nacho call?
No.
All right. Seeds. The strategies for ecology education, development, and sustainability.
That's exactly what it was.
Shout out to Seeds.
See, Nacho. See, there you go.
we're we're gonna get a that was good. All right. Any shout outs before we head out of here? Shout out to the
Man,
people surviving the heat. Drink water. Get your ACs installed. It is that time of the season for
come in.
these hot
Yep.
houses in the Pacific Northwest that don't know how to release hot air.
If you live in the Puyallup area, stop by Best Buy. I can sell you a portable air condition so you can move around the house. Let me know what you need. 10,000 BTUs, 8,000. I got you guys. Let me know how big your living room is. I don't work on commission, so I'm just trying to help you stay cool.
Nice.
So
All right, yeah. Shout out to everybody listening. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to another awesome episode of the Ballinesian podcast, where we got to talk drama, we got to talk trades, we got to talk what else? A lot. I'll listen back to it and make notes. But yeah, we are almost to July. We are almost at the midway point of 2026. Things are zooming on by, and I'm sure they will even more for the rest of the year. So get out, do something. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Go live your lives now. We'll see you guys next week. For Coach Forrest, I'm Lance Falatongo. Stay hydrated because it's hot. Stay blessed. Stay balling. Love and light. Peace.
You're a winner.